Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. I'm your brother, old guy from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and sitting across from me is my co-host.
What it do? What's good? It's your brother SamAnt, Viral Hip Hop News. Another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. We got on all black today, man. It's one of them days, man. Oh God, what's good with you, brother?
Yes, sir. We got to go in for y'all today, man. It's a lot of good topics today, but we want to start with this one topic. But before we get into it, do me a favor, hit the share button and make sure that you like this video. I want to encourage everybody to go into the description box and please go hit our man up, TK Kirkland. First of all, go follow him, his page. Also, he got some new hip-hop comedy coming out called Gangsta Conversation. Check that out right now. Go follow him. Go pre-order that right now on iTunes. The link will be right in the description box below us. Please take the time to do that. And you could do it actually while you're enjoying the content. Shout out to TK Kirkland.
Indeed, Walking in the Rain, the single off of that comedy album coming out real soon, man. Y'all check that out. Real exciting shit. Let's go.
Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth Podcast. We're going to get right into this one, man. We had to jump over here. We were sitting in the crib like, yo, we got to get into this because Lyor Cohen was on the Breakfast Club today. And we both, you texted me like, yo, we got some good topics to talk about with this Lyor Cohen thing. And then it was like, yo, let's go do it right now. So we here, we in all black, we ready to get it all the way in right now. So, yeah. Lyor Cohen, revealed a lot of things. First of all, it's a real dope interview. And I want to say before we get into it, Charlamagne and God, and even Envy and Angela Yee, the whole team, great interview. And this is why they're in the position, that they're in. But the subject of culture vulture, came up. He talked about Dame, Jay-Z, Professor Griff, a lot of people. But we're gonna deal with this culture vulture, aspect. And we're going to hear what Lyor Cohen actually, says about, hip hop, opioid use, Dame Dash, Jay-Z, Roc-A-Fella, a whole bunch of stuff. So SamAnt has the audio, and we'll get right into this. And we'll get our 1-2 when we get finished.
Let's go.
Problem, the SIR problem is the biggest problem that I've ever seen and I've ever faced and been a part of. And I can't fuck with it. The crack thing was devastating. But at least the rappers were bringing a spotlight to you becoming a fiend, okay? And I thought that spotlight, head crack, helped, even though it was harsh and really hard, really rough, particularly on women. But I think it helped change the course of the crack epidemic. I don't know what's this opioid thing, man.
Well, being a that wasn't cool back then. Being a crackhead wasn't cool. Now they seem like they're making it cool to be drinking lean and syrup, and
it's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent, but I have to. I can't give up on people.
Don't you think that's hypocritical though?
It's opportunistic. Yeah, I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash? You brought him up. I don't even know him. So you bring his name up. I don't even know him. So
y'all make a lot of money together. Made a lot of money. Come on, don't do that to him.
I don't know him. I really don't. So I don't know what to tell you. I won't be complicit, but I will. If a guy's super talented, I'm hopeful. I believe that with my help, my efforts, I could help. They told me when Professor Griff went nuts in Montreux, Switzerland, talking about the Caucasus Mountains and monkeys and everything like that. They told every single Jewish executive told me to drop Public Enemy and not work with them. You know what I did? I brought Chuck to the Holocaust Museum. So no, I don't. Problems is problems. I try to fix problems. I try to sign great talent and then help them.
A culture vulture, I'm gonna say. Yes. Now, how do you respond to? Because people have called you a culture vulture before.
I'm 37 years doing this, so there's good, you know. Oh boy! So, when you're 37 years and continuously inventing yourself and winning, people don't. There's a small subset of people that don't like those people. But their fortunes may not have reinvented themselves. That are upset. But like I said, I don't really pay attention to them. You know, the first time that I ever heard that Dame Dash had an issue with me was my daughter called me up and asked me, "Who's Dame Dash?" I don't pay attention.
People feel like you broke up Roc-A-Fella. That's what they say. You got in Jay-Z ear and told him get away from Dame.
I think you got to talk to Jay and Dame and Biggs, Tata, you know. I don't know what to say to that. So I always have an expression. You say we're friends. Mm-hmm. And I said, man, you gave a shitty interview. And you said, man, I thought we were friends. We're not friends any longer. You know what I say? We were never friends in the first place. If we can't survive that.
100%.
So if their partnership couldn't survive, then what's, you know, how could, if it was me or anybody else?
No outside influence should be able to break that up. Now, where do you see the future of music going?
All right, let's stop it right there. Oh God, I usually like to stop in and out, but we had to let that go ahead and ride because there was some shit in there we definitely got to address. First off, him not addressing Dame Dash, the whole culture vulture conversation that we all know. Dame Dash and Kenyatta Griggs, shout out to the brothers Hip Hop Motivation, shout out to the platform, wrote a phenomenal book, Culture Vultures. Yes. And it definitely, one of the main culture vultures that was highlighted is obviously Lyor Cohen. We all know the situation between Lyor Cohen and Dame Dash. Dame Dash has been very vocal over the years about his distaste and hatred for Lyor Cohen, and for good reason. And watching this interview, it started off with Lyor not really acknowledging the fact that he does interviews. He doesn't talk much, and for good reason. And you've seen why, because he was very candid and very honest, maybe to a fault. Yeah. Because he said some shit that really exposed some things. And I don't know if they expose him because I don't know if he cares. But he went on, no doubt, and said he knows that these kids are using opiates. He knows that his rappers are using it. He tells them all the time that pieces of shit, they're drug dealers, blah, blah, blah. But he's going to continue to sell the records. He's going to continue to promote it because he has mouths to feed. He's a businessman. What do you think about that, oh God?
You know, I think it's what we've been saying. It confirms, and you know, I think they reposted it. It confirms, you know, what Dame Dash was saying. It's real. And then it's like a problem like that. I wrote down, he said he likes to fix problems. That's not fixing the problem. Like if you, first of all, he tried to say, which I don't know how much truth to this is, that the crack era, he said that the rappers, you know, kind of called people crackheads, so that kind of thing. It kind of decreased the use of people using crack, which I don't believe that. But for one, you got it flipped around now where it's reversed, where it's now like the rappers are now promoting this, and the execs, as he said, the execs, because when something goes wrong, they blackball people, like he said. Every exec told he said a Jewish exec, you know, told him not to deal with Public Enemy after their little rant like that. So it's a little boys club or whatever, you know what I mean? So now they saying that they know that this is adversely affecting all communities, the opioid, but the black community too, just like crack did. We don't care about that. We got profit to make. So even if it affects our own people, and mostly even black people, we're going to continue to do it and make profit. So this confirms that the record companies don't care about the communities that they're culture vulturing and siphoning money out of the communities. They don't care about you at the end of that's what he just admitted to me. I mean, that's just raw.
You know, it's a shame. It's really a shame that Dame Dash in this situation often looks like he's complaining, but the complaint is often very, very correct. And it's spot on and it's dead on. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the things that he said about Lyor Cohen, I believe, like you said, were confirmed in this hour so some change interview. He talked about Jay-Z, and I remember vividly Dame Dash alluding to how Jay-Z and Lyor Cohen had similarities. They were kind of alike. And I kind of get that. They are going to look you in the face and almost, in a way, this is your responsibility. I can tell you that you're fucked up, but if you continue to do it, it's not on me. I'm going to make my bread no matter what. Yeah, I'm a vulture. So what? Yeah, I'm just, so what? Jay-Z almost has a similar mindset in which he'll say, well, you have to do more, Jay-Z. You have to do this. Well, I haven't done enough. I'm not giving you lyrics. I'm not giving you gems. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Almost has a similar kind of aura about him where you can kind of see similarity. I'm not calling them the same. And I'm not saying Jay-Z is Lyor Cohen or neither nor. But I'm just saying you can see the similarity on why you could Jay-Z and Lyor Cohen kind of got in his ear and straightened him the way he did. Let's talk about real quick, oh God, the fact that he would not acknowledge Dame. What do you think about that?
I think that's I think it's corny, you know, at the end, because obviously, you know, it was a relationship. They did business. Like Charlamagne came in the middle, like I made millions of dollars together. Like, come on, man, you know him. But you know, it's the common thing. And then he kind of threw another shot saying that people didn't reinvent themselves, which I think that Dame has. Maybe not the way that people think, but he has a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean? Clothing, you know, I think he said he opened up a dispensary.
He had a dispensary in Las Vegas, yeah.
Right. So it's just like, you know, some of the things Lyor, you know, he was accurate about, but this is something we got to understand, you know, as our community, is that we can't expect them to care. We can't expect people that don't look like us to care about our communities. We got to know that's what they come in. We see it everywhere we go up and down the street. We can see every other race of people coming in and taking and setting up shop in the community because whatever reason. But now it's up to us to say, look, because we got the other side of the coin is where we got people that continue to support the culture vultures, people that sign to the culture vultures, that go to the media outlets.
So with that being said, oh God, is it his fault in doing what he's supposed to do in business? Is it all Lyor Cohen's fault? Is he a culture vulture, as we love to call him, because he can put out what he wants? I mean, this is America. You can do what you want, so they say. He's putting out the product, but it's up to the people to consume the shit, and they consume it in masses, and they love the checks. We seen Rich the Kid go on and say, fuck 300. He was pissed about his contract. I'll give y'all the money back, blah, 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 blah. Lyor Cohen
was like,
brush that off. The fuck back here.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? You signed a contract, stupid. You didn't know what you signed. You didn't understand that this was the grimiest game in all of the world, which is the music business. You didn't understand what you were getting into, stupid. You think I'm going to complain to you? I've eaten souls. I'm not afraid of you, little bull. You know what I mean? So it's like people got to really understand.
There's no remorse. It's almost like there's no remorse. And people, you got to understand this. But again, it's like, you know, something. It's like, all right, we know that it's a pack of lion through these woods that we got to go through. We know that we got to take certain precautions, you know, when we're going through these woods. If not, these lions are going to eat us. We know what they're going to do. We know they're going to come. They're going to steal our shit. They're going to vulture. We know that. But now we got to take the measures to protect it. So the people, the consumers, got to look at the platforms and the artists that are promoting the positivity and begin to support them, and stop supporting the platform that you call culture vultures. If not, shut the fuck up. I mean, real talk. I'm tired of hearing it.
Yeah, facts on
you know what I'm saying? But it gives a lot more credibility to Dame Dash's argument. Y'all should go get the book Culture Vultures right now. Me and go read the book. You know, just to hear. I like it. This is what thing I like about it, because we get to hear both sides of it. We get to hear now Lyor Cohen's, because we heard Dame's a lot. So it's like, you know, people can hear both information and picks, you know, what they think is more credible. We're just giving our commentary on the situation. It should be allowed, man.
Has Lyor Cohen, in your knowledge and your knowing, ever prohibited Black upliftment? Ever prohibited Black just upward motion in the Black when it comes to the music business and things like that? I ask that because people can call him culture vulture all he wants, but if he's moved in a direction and done what he's done, and people have consumed it and hasn't stopped anybody and hasn't really quote unquote oppressed anybody, let's throw that word out there and put that out there, oppressed anybody within the music game, right? Is he to blame? Let me that's just a devil's advocate.
It is. I'm gonna read something that Irv Gotti, since you say that. Okay. Irv Gotti said this about Lyor. Lyor is probably the coolest white dude in the game, says Irv Gotti. He works with Jay-Z, DMX. He's a white Jewish guy, but I think everybody respects him like he's a Black guy. So that's a little bit that he said, you know, about. So you got some people in the game that respect him, and I'm not gonna, you know, sit up here and say that these guys are not you know, might not do some good things in business and make good investment, because there's some articles about him doing stuff with tech stocks and stuff like that that I skimmed over. But it's like at the end of the day, though, it's like Dame, like with Dame is 100% accurate. That's all I can say. Dame was 100% accurate what he said. This is what it is. It's cut. you know, and dry. And like he also said about the Jay-Z situation, he should have never been able to come in between them if they was friends like that. So I would like to hear what Jay-Z says on this, because we heard everybody else's but his story.
Why don't we? Why don't we hear Jay-Z's conversation? It's a lot of rumors swirling around on why we don't. There's contracts out there stating, and this is according to the streets, that is the comment section. Shout out to everyone who supports the movement and leaves comments. But this was according to them that Jay-Z has a contract out there that you're not allowed to talk about the Roc-A-Fella days. There's certain things that just people don't got the balls to really acknowledge it or bring it up. Why is Dame Dash, The Roc, Lyor Cohen ever brought up when it comes to the Jay-Z conversation? We just seen him do a brilliant interview probably a little over a year ago on Rap Radar once the release of 444 came out. And then he did that real candid interview on Time when he talked about the infidelity with Beyonce and things like that, but never got into The Roc. And that's one of the hottest conversations anybody could talk to Jay-Z about on the Breakfast Club, various networks, never brought up. Why?
I don't know. I mean, you know, it wasn't the type of guy that this lawyer. If it's true what Dame Dash said about Lyor Cohen coming in, I don't think Jay-Z would want to talk about that. If he did and do exactly, you know, kind of like broke up The Roc per se and went a different way, because Dame Dash's whole situation is that he explained to, like, instead of, you know, all the team eating, Jay-Z wanted to be the team by himself. He wanted to be the entity by himself instead of Roc-A-Fella and being spread across evenly. That's my interpretation of it. So I don't know why. I don't know why Jay-Z doesn't talk about it. It'd be dope. But again, I don't think he will want, you know, to talk about it if that, you know, is indeed true. But maybe, you know, one day in the future he will. I know he touched on it in a few different briefly in like a Hot 97 interview, and I seen an old interview, but nothing really in depth though. So that's a good question.
So why do you think that he's the mastermind in the evil that is hip hop? Is he a great businessman, or are we looking at the devil dead in his eye? I
heard Dame Dash, I think, and that's funny. I heard, first of all, it was a few years back, Professor Griff put out a video saying that they was trying to start a black distribution. Irv Gotti, Jay Prince. If I'm missing a name, throw it in there for me. Irv Gotti, Jay Prince.
Who else was in that? Who in that movement?
A couple other guys.
Irv Gotti, Jay Prince. There was one more dude in that situation.
Right. Well, anyway, either way, Dame Dash, obviously. Right. Yeah, so we for missing, we apologize, but he said that it was a rumor that they were going to start a black distribution company and make, you know, get our own distribution, and that Jay-Z, this is what he said. I got the audio too. I actually saved it in my computer. Jay-Z, you know, went to the higher ups and told them about it, and everybody that he said, Dame Dash, I got him recorded. He was on Sway talking about how the feds came in on him. You got Jay Prince talking about how the feds tried to kill him, and you got my man Professor Griff, who even got stories. He wasn't in the deal, you know, but stories about the feds trying to come in on him. That's a whole nother different you know, topic. But it's like it could be some truth to this, man. It really could be some truth, you know, to this whole you know, thing out here. So I don't know.
You talk about the rap a lot. I mean, excuse me. You talk about the Irv Gotti, Jay Prince, Dame Dash about to start the movement. Right. You talked about how Irv Gotti felt about Lyor Cohen. I want to talk about how Jay Prince, because he also brought something up. It's an extra back in 2011. I would go to Def Jam. Me and Lyor Cohen would sit there, and he would actually open up checkbooks and show me the numbers that really grabbed my attention. And there was LL Cool J checks and Houdini checks. I went to see all these checks and this money. So I was like, whoa, it's all some money in this shit. So I went home that night, and I remember saying to myself, I told the staff and everybody, I said, we got to uproot and move back to Houston. And it was like, what are you talking about? Because they were following the New York movement. You got to realize New York was a powerhouse back then, so everybody wanted to follow the movement. It was up to us until I was able to clear my head and see what was going on. I said, nah, I say for my last piece of money, y'all going to have to listen. I told my artist this. I told everybody. I said, I want to go back to Houston and finish my ghetto boy mission. We all know what happened after that. He started his own, is basically the premise of that. So he went to Lyor Cohen, seeing everything that he was doing, and started building his own. We all know what that own was. The three-headed monster, or whoever else we're missing, we apologize, in trying to start their own black distribution. He took gems and went to try to do it himself. Did Lyor Cohen possibly stop that?
I mean, I can't say, you know, for sure, but if you're talking about, first of all, he said in the interview that he understands that these rappers, you know, still promote the opioid use. He said it's the worst epidemic, worse than crack, worse than anything, but he still will sign an artist that promotes that because he got a family to feed. He got that on record. That's what Lyor Cohen said. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility. Somebody that would go to that level, wouldn't try to snuff out the competition by any means necessary. That's just real talk. I mean, that's just real talk. We can't really get around that. This is uncensored, so for a reason.
I mean, and then it goes to the hand of what I asked earlier. Has he ever oppressed anybody in the industry? This may have a little bit of validity to it if we kind of look deeper into the situation. Maybe he has. Maybe he isn't our artist. Maybe he's forcing them to perpetuate this nonsense. He sees the numbers. He sees what's going on. You see now he's the founder of YouTube, and not the founder, but he's a real head in the chair of YouTube when it comes to the music department at the end of the day. So he's doing some big things when it comes to music and YouTube. We know 1.9 billion people are on YouTube, the biggest platform that there is in the entire world. And now he's the head of music in that. So is he telling these kids, he's telling them, look, you're going to sing about this or you ain't getting fucking shelved. You signed a contract. It is what it is. Put this out here. This is making you money. No, you can't talk about this. You can't talk about that. Is that going on right now?
Well, there's been rumors that a lot of the execs, have stock in the private prison. So that would correlate directly, with that, these rappers getting kids hooked. I mean, we can go down this line, but let's just say rappers, they get this message that it influences us more than other kids because of the lack of the role models. That's another whole nother story. This, feeds the crime rates, feeds the prisons, all that. And then the back end, they pockets get fat. So again, you see people in these heads, and that's just one record exec, so who knows what the rest of them look like or think like.
Right.
So it's just like, they're telling me that they don't care. They don't care about the community. They just worry about this and whatever at the expense of whatever. So I think that's wrong. And there needs to be some action behind it. That's why you got to salute, brothers that speak up, about that. And I think Lyor Cohen kind of even said like, it's only like a minority kind of taking a shot that's really even saying anything about, the so-called, culture vulture thing. Everybody else just kind of goes along with it and get their money. So it's sad.
It's easily ignored. I mean, until we stop putting money into the product, it's always going to be ignored. I don't want to highlight all of the evil that is within that 10-minute conversation.
Yeah, it was a lot of good stuff.
It's an hour conversation, and there's something to take out of this prior. Don't just jump to the 50-minute mark where he starts talking about the Roc-A-Fella. Listen to the hour, because this man got to where he was for a reason. Call him a culture vulture, call him the devil, call him whatever you can, wherever you may. After listening, whatever your objective opinion is, please say whatever you want. But there is no doubt that his work ethic and his mindset and the way that he approaches things got him into the seat he is today. That man is making major, major bread. And if there's something to take out of it, like Jay Prince did, like we just heard in the excerpt, you take gems and you go do it for self. Stop complaining, stop whining, stop getting in the ear, because he obviously has just showed us he's not listening. He does not care. Right. Nothing you say to me matters. Who is Dame Dash? If he can easily say that, who the fuck are we? You know what I mean? So he doesn't care. Cool. What we have to do is now take the gems, put the time into the airspace into the first 50 minutes, just like you do, and invest the time into the last 10, 12 minutes, and get something out of this conversation and move it forward in the direction. Because if you're in the hip hop, media, whatever game you're in entertainment, his brother dropped some real gems in this interview.
So anybody watching this who's with the movement and all that, y'all need to share these type of videos. Whatever platform you watch it on, share on your all it takes is a few button pushes. Y'all on the thing all day. Share the videos, hit the like button. That helps get the message out, on the platforms and everybody. So we definitely appreciate y'all. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother SamAnt and Sam, man. It's been a beautiful, beautiful podcast today. We appreciate y'all. I think it's Wednesday today. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Night. Yeah, man, we're gonna keep grinding and doing it. Once again, everybody, hit the like button and make sure that you share this video. Quick, I'm gonna give a shout out, my man Darren Marion, Retail SEO. Also, I want to give a shout out to our brother TK Kirkland.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Gangsta Conversation coming out October 26th. October 26th, 27th, he has a real dope show going on in Carolinas and New York. Those events, man, are coming real soon. We'll give you more updates to come. Shout out to him. Shout out to the whole movement. Shout out to everyone out there watching the Uncensored Truth podcast on YouTube, our Hip Hop News, Uncensored, Three-Headed Monster. If you're not subscribed to one, subscribe to all. Yes. We are killing the game. Yeah. Oh, God, I appreciate you, man. If we don't got nothing else, we out of here till tomorrow, man. Peace.
Saw you and him walking in the rain, baby. You were holding hands, and I will never be the same.
Alana, what's up, girl? Hey, come take this ride with me. Yeah, shut the door, shut the door. What's up, baby? How you been? You still looking good? Holding everything.
October 26th, it is going down. Gangsta Conversation, the comedy album
from none other than T to the motherfucking K, TK Kirkland, going down. Make sure you pre-order your album right here on iTunes. Link in the description box right now. Gangsta Conversation, T to the motherfucking K. Get yours right now. And make sure you stay tuned for the head single on that album, Walking in the Rain, sponsored by TK Kirkland. Get yours right now.
You still looking good.